Hello guys, welcome to a new video, and this is gonna be a bit raw video. I just wanted to make this video quick because I see a lot of new traders, especially the option trader that's coming into the market. They make a lot of mistakes, which personally I have made in my options journey, right? So I started maybe about 3 to 4 years back, and at the beginning I was like kind of clueless about where to go and how to what not to do. And if you watch this video, you will exactly know I have noted some points here. I'm gonna discuss them one by one to tell you exactly what not to do in options trading. So if you are new to this channel, and definitely if you have interest in options trading, watch till the end, because this is gonna be a raw video. I'm not gonna edit it too much, and will tell you all what I have learned in my options journey. And some of these points may strike with you, and you should definitely follow all those things, and remember to not repeat those mistakes, right? So if you're interested guys, let's start. Okay, so the first thing is, right, whether to buy a option or sell a option, right? Which side is better? So a lot of new ones that come into the market, especially this options trading, right? It's kind of a leverage, and which is true, and it's risky. That's also true, but there is the other side of it, which is selling the option, right? That's not that risky as buying option. So the number one thing that I started doing the initially to kind of double my money was go right into buying the option, right? But later, as I kind of started losing money on that, I switched to the sell side, and since then I have been a lot consistent with my income, right? So the number one thing that you should do is be on the sell side of options. Don't try to chase the buy. There's one particular buy strategy that I would still suggest, which is the leap options, and I have a video which I link somewhere here that you can watch, because leaps are still okay. You can go with the leap option. You have to have a strategy definitely, but leaps are still okay in terms of the buying side. Otherwise, stick with your sell strategies, right? Like cash secured put and covered calls, credit spreads, call credit spread, put credit spread. So those are the strategies that will make you consistent income. I have all these videos in my channel in detail. If you wanna see, platform that I use is Robinhood, so definitely watch those videos if you wanna understand in detail of the mistakes or the strategies that you should apply in each of those things. So I will not go in detail. I just want to stick myself with the mistakes. So do watch those videos if you want to go in detail. Now, the numbers two thing, right? And that is about having too many positions, right? Let's say you watch news somewhere, you got some idea, your friend told a new stock to you, or maybe some hot AI stock that you're following, and by doing that, maybe you have like 15 different stocks in a portfolio, right? That makes a mess. You cannot manage that kind of portfolio. Stick with, I would say, 5 stocks, or maybe max 10, right? Not go beyond 10. 5 is better. If you have 5 stocks, do option selling only to those stocks. You will exactly know the price actions, because if you have been doing the option selling only with those particular stocks, you will exactly know what price action has a right kind of support, what price has resistance. It will come by just by looking at the prices. Like I have been doing one stock, right? And for that stock I know what's the support and what's the resistance. As soon as I see the market opens, and if that hits that price, I know that's the support line, that's the resistance line. So if you stick, and that can only be possible if you make yourself stick with only handful number of stocks, right? Don't chase around all the stocks in the market, right? Like every day there would be a new hot stock, or there would be some stock which have a momentum. That's all good for a day trading strategies, but not for options, especially on the selling side of it, right? So stick with some good five stocks, and you make my words, you will be very consistent with that. Now, number three, right? And this is a very big mistake that a lot of new traders do, right? So the market have kind of a cycle, right? It will have a bullish trend, it will come a bearish trend. But as the market is in a bullish trend, a lot of people go on leverage, right? They or have leverage, they put all their cash into the market and they'll have no cash, right, to back them up. Do not make that mistake, because there will be a downturn like we have been seeing. Right now the markets were good still, like let's say Feb, right? I think Feb last week market was really wonderful for over the more than a year, right? But now suddenly there is too much volatility, right, in the market. One day it goes 5%, next day it goes 10% down, right? So these kind of volatilities you can handle only if you have cash, right, on the sideline. If you have cash, you see there is a really good downturn and your stock is hitting the support level and you know that it's going to bounce, but at that time you do not have money to put in, right? Because the people who put the money at that time, they are gonna be a real beneficiary of this market reversal or the volatility, right? So always keep cash and do not put everything into the market. That will be a big mistake that you're gonna make as a beginner investor or beginner option trader. Now, number four is strategy, right? You need to have a strategy, and that strategy has to be consistent. Like I mentioned, right, in my first point, I always stick mostly to selling side, right? You should have a strategy for yourself. What is your strategy? If you're comfortable buying options, stick with that, make that perfect. Personally, as I suggested, I try to stick with the sell option, and I would suggest that you also do that, because comparing those two, the sell side of it makes more consistent income and you do not have to watch that screen or glued to the screen all the time, right? Because selling option is more about, you sell weekly or monthly, you do not have to look at your screen every 5 minutes, right? You just stick to your strategy, sell the option, and just sit, right, and let theta do its role. So that's the strategy consistency which will make you a good amount of income, right? So that's the key point of it. Be consistent with your strategy. Like if you are doing a selling option, or maybe just sticking with cash secured put covered call, that's good. Just stick with that. Do not jump around, change your strategy. If the market is kind of going through a downturn, you completely change your strategy and go just start doing day trading. Do not do that, right? Or swing trading, don't do that. Stick with, if you are doing selling option, stick with that and make some plan around that strategy. Do not completely change your strategy, because that's gonna harm your kind of a trading psychology. Because you would think, maybe let's say you do a good day trade, right, and you think that day trade is gonna make you money, but again the next day you may lose. So changing the strategy will not make you a good option trader, right? If you stick with some strategy, make that strategy perfect, because you will know everything around that strategy, right? What if that goes wrong, you know how to recover. Like for example, right, let's say cash secured put, right? Let's say cash secured put did not go in your favor. How do you recover out of that, right? If you have not been consistent sticking to that strategy, you would not see all sides of that strategy, right? Because in cash secured put, for example, let's say you're going down, you do not want to own that stock, right? You can roll it out, right? You can always roll out that particular cash secured put to maybe a week, or if a week doesn't is not enough, you just do like 2 weeks or a month, right? You know how to roll it out, or what to do when it doesn't go in favor. It's not gonna go always in your favor, right? So during those times you will exactly know what to do, how to recover. But if you are not consistent, if you have not perfected that strategy, you will not know what you are doing wrong, right? So stick with something and then make it perfect. Now, the last one, right, and this is very very important, and this actually has made me a consistent profitable option trader, right? And that is tracking your options trades or tracking any trades that you make, right? This is very important. You should know how much money you are making or how much money you are losing by week, by month. Definitely you should have a track of everything. So I started with a simple spreadsheet, right? And I have used a bunch of tools too. There are a lot of online tools that, and I have improved that particular spreadsheet. Now I'll kind of make it a formalized version and I'll share it, but definitely use some kind of tool or spreadsheet or just a plain diary, right? Maintain that. Make your Put your trades down, right? What exactly you are doing. If you write it down either in laptop or a diary, you exactly know, okay, this is my trade and that's your expected profit, right? Let's say for example, covered call, right? If you sell a covered call on, let's say, Nvidia, right? You're selling a covered call, you put down how much premium that you made, how much premium you're expecting, right? And if you, let's say, you close it out early, so how much money you made, right, for that week or for the month, write it down. Let's say in some week you are actually losing the money, right? So calculate. You have a target, right? Let's say monthly I want to make $4,000, right? If you have reached that target, then do not overtrade. It kind of makes checks and balances in place, right? You know your target. Okay, that's fine. I have done that, and now I do not need to overtrade or try to recover. Or let's say you make a loss, right? So how much loss it would be in a broader scenario, right? Let's say in last 3 months, how much money you have made or how much money you lost, right? So always have, the point here is always have every trade that you make, have a note of that. That's something that you can go back to it, right? You can exactly see which trade worked for you, which trade did not work for you, right? And have a analysis on the trades that did not work for you. You will exactly know which strategy you are good at, which strategy you are not good at. Let's say you did bunch of leaps, right? But at the end you had to close it for loss. That happened with me. I did a lot of leaps back in when it was a downturn, like 2020, some 2021, I don't remember the exact date, but I did a bunch of leaps that I had to close for a loss, right? But when I went back and saw, overall it was still a profit. Like when I looked at like a 3 months or 6 months chart, overall I was profitable. So but when I dig deeper, I found that the leap is something where I needed more time to kind of make it perfect, because I was just jumping on the leap strategy. But the way it's a very simple strategy, but again it's not that simple, right? So I realized those points, and then I was exactly able to see where I made that mistake, right? And that was only possible because I had those traits written down, right? Had I not been those traits written down, it would have been impossible to find where I'm going wrong. So that's very important. Keep a journal, like you put your daily things, keep your traits handy, right? So you can go and refer back, and that's very important. That will make you a consistent profitable trader. So I think that kind of covers what I had written down here, right? So but there are a lot of small things I still have, which maybe I'll have to, this gonna be otherwise too long, but I'm gonna make those videos separately. But I just want to say at least one thing that you can take out of this video. At least don't make these mistakes. If you stay away from these mistakes, I'm sure you are gonna be very profitable. And there are a lot of videos in my channel about options. Do watch them. I definitely discuss the strategy, but I also discuss the what's the mistake that you can actually make in this strategy, right? So watch those videos. That's gonna be definitely helpful for you. If you have any questions apart from these or anything on options, do reach out, guys. I have done a lot of mistakes. I've learned from them, and I can help you out in so you do not make that mistake, right? So do reach out in the comment box, or you can reach out. I have the contact detail. You can definitely reach out personally, and any questions, do comment. I definitely read all the comments and I will reply back. So with that, I'm closing this video. Happy investing, guys. I'll talk to you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.